Yeah, I'm back. Hello, everyone. We're back with more FF14. We're here in the Gridania to do a quest called It's Possibly Primals. And what is this? Is this a bad bladder? I don't know what the fuck that unlocks. Hang on. Here it is. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's the Beast Tribe quest for XIV. Okay. Yeah, like all the city-states, like Gridania has Papalimo and Ida. They'll help you a little bit, but for the most part, their presence is just there to push the story forward rather than actually provide value behind the scenes for the character. I was gonna say something, but I forget now. All right, Thancred is a bit odd too in terms of a character, because his character existed back when Ninja wasn't in the game, and that's relevant because back before they added Ninja, gladiators and paladins could actually use daggers as weapons. And if you look at Thancred's battle stance in the beginning of the game, unless they changed it fairly recently, he still uses the gladiator battle stance, but with no shield, and still uses a dagger. So it's funny to see that. A pleasure to see you, Eloise Nero. And thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Did this man just randomly give me a buffalo calf? He did. Milk fed until tender and juicy. Not that anyone would ever think of eating him. This man just randomly gave me a buffalo calf. Alright, well, speaking of pets, we actually gotta pick a new one for today. Today's is the black chocobo chick. Cute. Okay. Speaking of mount guy, minion. That's what I want. My brain just broke on that. When the Scions of the Seventh Dawn began clearing out the waking sands in preparations for the moved remnant's toll, this wide-eyed calf was discovered hiding in a disused linen closet. Though an inquiry was made by the antecedent herself, it is still not known who was keeping the beast. Well, it's Miro's now, I guess. So I guess there's a lot of like little side quests that I gotta determine whether they are worth doing right now or ever. So I just want to make sure if this is something we need to do. Okay, Seeking Solace is also a Beast Tribe quest. It is for the Sylph. Hail to the King, Kupo! You guys think maybe we're doing something with Moogles? Not long ago, the Moogle Kuplo Kop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire Twelvewood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Kuplo Kop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Stand. Alright, so we could just teleport over there, but the Lotus Stand is literally just around the corner, so... I'm just gonna go over here. Jeremy, what are your thoughts on Moogles? FF14/6/5/3 have my favorite design of Moogles. FF7 Rebirth has my least liked design of Moogles. Holy shit, are they terrifying. The other Scions have already arrived. Madame, may I show you in? Fuck no. FF7, I already didn't like FF7 Moogles since the only real one you see is Kate Sith in the original. Though there are some imagery of normal Moogles from like 6 and that in there. But the fucking Moogle that he rides on is already terrifying. But the ones you do see in Rebirth, holy crap, are they scary as shit. Please, you have to stop them! But you mustn't kill them! They're not bad Moogles, Kupo! They're just misguided! A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order. Yes, but no. Hey, don't worry, I'm used to giving firm thrashings. Calm yourself, Kuplo Kop. Can you not see that she hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful I am that you have come, Miro, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplo Komp has brought us to news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Mogomog XII has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know, truth to tell. I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Moogle mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Moogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Moogles. So good King Mogomog XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave, Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Moogles should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms were so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Mogomog XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This is probably notable. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Moogles came to this land, Kupo. All of us except for good King Mogomog XII. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that Moogle kind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand. That being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Mogomog XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the Beast tribes in summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Moogles with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the ultimate weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take such a drastic measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought onto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared by the heroics of a chosen few. You who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace would doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Moogles are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them all to call upon a greater power, one they believe to be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes, come what may. I assure you, the Moogles only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of good King Mogomog XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've started to get a little carried away, Kupo. Verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sylphs who summon Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Moogles in a manner similar to that of a Primal. We share the same concern. Who or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to the Moogle kind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Miro, confront good King Mogomog XII and drive him from our midst. Humbly, I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Moogles Guard and their liege lords is concealed by magical wards. Brother Sumiyan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Kuplo Komp. Jeremy, what are your thoughts on the Moogles Guard? Speak with E. Sumiyan. By the way. What button is it? This one. Sorry, we don't actually need to do Primal Fear. It is a interesting sort of quest in that Odin is in the game. He is a primal. He spawns at random in the 12's Wood. I'm pretty sure he can appear in any zone, or at the very least North Shroud, Central Shroud, and South Shroud. So I'm pretty sure he can spawn in any of them. Anyway, and he's cool in that he's a fate, but he doesn't appear on the map. You only know he's there by the weather. And then you gotta fly around and find him. Anyway, if you don't kill him in time, he'll kill everyone in the zone. It's pretty insane. Anyway, when you kill him, whoever dealt the last blow, he takes their appearance for his next spawn, which is really cool in itself. However, they did add in a trial for him as well. Welcome, Mira, welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Moggle the 12th is of great comfort, to me and to the elementals both. As I'm sure you know, the Moogles are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. One night in Amdapor. That's Amdapor Keep. You have selected Regicide. The wards barring access to the King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the self-same method employed 5 years ago when the first king was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the Guardians, who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elements, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplo Kop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Moogles Guard themselves, yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the King's Sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so. I dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Moogles might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must have Kuplo Kop's keystones, Miro. Pray, go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon our great need, and I am certain he will yield. Great, he could have just given them to me before. You fucking asshole. They guard Moogles? What if they didn't guard Moogles, though? What if they only guarded Bob Dole for a set, let's say? Alright. Shit, why did I talk to you? I didn't want to talk to you. All that Moogles in heaven just smashed this fuck on wine. Yeah, they just got drunk and fucked a lot. So, how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the fate of Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. I happen to be headed across the lake to Sweet Bloom Pier in the East Shroud. Oh, those are some big Moogles. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this here? Imperial Gridanian selves, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to the king, his kinsmoogles. He plots treason against the crown. Enough. Kuplo Kop will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Moggle the 12th. May he reign forevermore. Kupo. Those are some big Moogles. The king is planning to purge the 12 of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. Kupo. The entrance to Thornmarsh is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward, but be warned, the Moogles guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, Kupo. So you'll need to protect me, Kupo. Escort Kupo Cop safely to the warded entrance. Should you fail to defend him or move too far away, he will return to Sweet Balloon Pair, where you may rendezvous with him before trying again. Yay, my favorite, an escort quest. How did they know that what people wanted was to do an escort quest? Why would they have a fucking fungus spawn out here? This isn't even in the Thorn March. What the hell? Why don't I take sense on it? Come what may. You thought people wanted drunk Moogle orgies? Dude, could you imagine just going through the fucking forest, malevolent squirrel? Hey, could you imagine just going through the forest and then you just find a fucking bunch of Moogles just drunk off their ass and completely horny? I sense another hostile presence. I just got through a hostile presence. I'm literally fighting it. What do you mean did I hear that? Fucking Moogle just stood in this range AoE. And this one's AoE. What the hell, dude? Oops, didn't mean to use that one. Oh well. We'll serve its purpose. Fucking shock spice, dude. I do like the Bramble Patch as an area, though. Kinda nice looking. And the fact that the area that they live in is called Thorn March is also kind of nice. Where the hell are you? Are you still there? Oh. I just got his face bashed in by accident. Lichen of Light, hello! How you doing? How's life in the light of Lichen? We're currently doing an escort quest where we're leading a Moogle. Has these jumping, and swollen jiggas. Look at these things. We're here, Kupo! I don't see any more beasts. Do you? Of course there's more beasts. Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step over or step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus. Like when you attune to an 8th rate, Kupo. I'll open the way for you. Working your balls off. Trying to keep that old head above water. A story so common these days. Really any day, but good on you. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back to whence he came. Thorn March hard, now accessible. Okay, so Thorn March isn't actually hard. Well, It can be. There are aspects of it that are difficult, but I think they actually changed a lot of the problems with it. Okay. Good King Mugglemog, the 12th of his name, has once more been called forth by the Moogles Guard, or Muggles Guard. Though the king is not considered a primal in the strictest sense, he poses a threat not unlike that of the Beastmen gods, in that his influence could corrupt his people's peaceful nature. And so, though, like those other ether-starved beings, he too must be felled for the sake of the realm. Okay, so this one we have to do with other players. There is no duty support for it, I don't think. Didn't think so. Alright. Here we go. Now, I might pause the recording for those on YouTube until we get actually in the dungeon, because we might have to wait a few moments. But I am a tank, so that might speed this up. We'll see. Okay. So I'm going to pause here, and YouTube, I'll be back in just a moment. Hello, everyone! We're back. Okay, so YouTube, you just missed almost nothing. We actually got in here pretty quick. Okay, hang on a sec, guys. Yep, who in the sun and help today? Meddling adventures, I'd wager. Muggles Guard, to arms! Defend the king, Kubo! I have played Octopath Traveler. These guys will fall over. There's almost no way I'm going to hold Fred on this guy off the Dark Knight, because one, he is way better geared than I am, and two, he has the perfect legend title, so he has been doing some hard content. You'll be blown to smithereens, Kubo. So we need one person to stand in each of those, but he died, so his spell didn't get to go off. Our foe is formidable, Kubo, but surely they are no match for our king. Hail to the king, Kubo, I mean king. You shall suffer for your transgressions against my top subjects. Muggleman, to arms! Your king has need of you. Oh, this is way different. Okay. The Moogle go round. I'm also excited to play the second one. I have not yet. Alright. So, that was Good King Moggle, in which I apparently just won myself a Mogpon coffer and a Melliferous Mogtana. So, what are they, you might ask? Well, the Melliferous Mogtana is a samurai weapon. What's up, far? So here's what it looks like. A very tiny window, I know. It's got a little Moogle on it. And the best part is I can actually get Mogpon copper. Oh, I can't use that here. I have to wait. MMOs always look so stressful to you? Nah, I'm used to this. But that fight is way different. Holy crap. I'll explain the old fight to you here in a moment. You did it, Kupo! You did it! Good King Moggle the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more! I shudder to think what might have happened to you had you not stopped the Moggles Guard when you did. Thank you, Miro. Perhaps now they can come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too, Kupo. You should go and tell Pukni Pak that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Rayo at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. I don't know about one of the best in the game, but it is a really cool one. But then again, that's entirely subjective. Anyway, here we go. This is the axe we just got, which will be the Malignant Mog Axe. Look at this fucking thing. Got a little crown on the top, it's got the Moogle on it. It is weaker than our other axe, so we're not going to use it, but I could transmog to it, possibly. Oh, also, listen. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it makes the Moogle sound when you unsheath it. There are upgraded versions of these, by the way, that have a glow effect. Okay, so that aside, guys, that fight is vastly different. The beginning of it seems very similar, and I think I know why they changed it, and I'll touch on that as well. The beginning of the fight, wow, I am really fading into the ether right now. Okay, let me try something here. Maybe I don't need this. Be quite so. Might be good. We'll see. Anyway, so the beginning of the fight is relatively the same. The Moogles each spawn in order, and you kill them. The two tank Moogles seem to spawn at a different time now. By tank Moogles, I mean there's a Marauder and there's a Gladiator. You'd have to tank them kind of near each other, and usually one tank would take one and one would take the other, but it doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. However, the second part of the fight, after Good King Moggle gets summoned, is way different. How it was before is all of the Moogles would spawn with him, and you had to kill them in a particular order, and you had to kill a certain number of them. If you didn't kill, I think it was 6 of them, and then and just focused on the boss. If you killed 5 and then focused the boss, he would just wipe the group. He would just kill all of you if you got him his HP to, I think, like 33%. And the Moogles would just use the various attacks that you'd have to deal with. You couldn't tank anything but the two, the Gladiator, the Warrior, and Good King Muggle. And the one Paladin, I think it was the Gladiator, had an ability that would like drop enemies close to him. And the Warrior, I believe, had an ability called Moogle Go Round, and it hit really fucking hard and took up most of the platform. It was a scary ability. But yeah, the main difference of the fight is that the Moogles in the second half aren't there anymore. Well, they're there. They show up and do attacks, but they don't actually. You don't fight them in the second half. So yeah, that's an interesting change that I did not expect. I was expecting to have to beat the crap out of them. I ended up not having to do fucking anything because the other tank I got was somebody who does ultimate content, which is stuff I don't even do on my main. And not that I can't. I probably could. I just don't have time. It's a huge time investment. Anyway, I will be right back, guys. We got break time, like and a like. I hope you enjoyed that fight. We got more story for you here, though. Don't go anywhere.